Da-da-da. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, one and all. It is episode 8 of Out of Depth Plays Hackway Heights, an electric Bastionland RPG actual play. What that means is that we're playing a game and telling a story and having a hell of a lot of fun. And before I get into this game, I have to shout out to Cranberry Township, Pennsylvania. Whoever the one person is that decided to listen to an episode of our podcast in Cranberry Township, Pennsylvania, you're our first person from Pennsylvania to listen to the show. And if you make it all the way from episode 0, the character creation episode, if you make it to this episode right now, I'm talking to you. And I just want you to know, I appreciate you. And I'm glad you made it this far. But if you listened to that character creation episode and thought, this isn't for me, then you're missing out. You're missing out big time because it got better. Audio production got better. Everything got better. You missed out. What did you miss out on? You missed out on 3 amazing characters who were $10,000 in debt, coming into contact with $20,000 of money, stolen money that belonged to the person that they're indebted to. You missed them trying to increase that money by betting half of it on marble races and failing miserably. You missed battles with aliens. You missed battles with vampires. A vampire that got a little crazy, and you missed a giant egg that fell down on a moving sidewalk that produced some kind of angelic music creature that was trying to get people to feed it different kinds of food. That's what you missed. But you don't know that. You don't know that you missed it. And you don't hear me telling you about how you missed it right now because you stopped listening at episode 0. But if you didn't stop, shoot me an email. Head over to getoutofdepth.com. Click the little email thing. Send me an email saying, hey, that was me. And I'll say, thanks for sticking with us. I appreciate it. Now, we had a rousing pre-show that featured conversations about Freddy versus Jason, the movie Showgirls, and Nathan's crush on Yasmin Bleeth, which we're not going to get too deep into, if at all. But it really, I think, ignited some passion and excitement in this group. It focused our powers and our fury on what is going to be episode 8. We only have 5 episodes left, counting this one. That's how many episodes of Attack on Titan are left right now. At the time of this recording.
We haven't even gotten into that. We should really sidebar on Attack on Titan.
We should really sidebar on Attack on Titan. But we cannot because we have to press forward because last week, Tremolo went to go get a job. In the middle of this campaign, we're talking about job applications and tax forms. That's what we were doing.
Did you fill out your W-4?
Did you fill it out? Did you bring your social? Did you bring your social? And then Sallie and Nezzy went to go infiltrate the Hackway. They were able to break the lock off of a gate leading to one of these dynamos that powers the Hackway, or portions of the Hackway, at great cost because it ended up breaking Sally's pitchfork. And while they were standing there in daylight, or in the middle of the day, in front of all these other hacks that were driving by, somebody stopped. Say, hey, what are you guys doing? And Sally, you channeling some kind of supernatural energy from this stake that she had used to kill a vampire child at Gossamer Park, told him to move along in a very scary voice, and he complied. And Nezzy, you just watched that happen. And that's where we left off last episode, and that is where we pick up right now. The door is open, and Sally just did something you've never seen before. So, Nezzy, what do you want to do?
By Squirrely's beard. What was that?
I told him to move along.
That was not the normal way one says that. What was that voice? Where did that come from?
Did I hear a voice?
It sounded normal to you.
No, yeah.
It sounded like you were very confident.
Are you making fun of my accent?
When you told him to move along, your voice sounded like a damned demon. I've never heard anything like that.
Oh, Nezzy, that's mean.
I'm just saying. I think you know something happened that wasn't natural. That man moved along like he didn't have the matter.
No, I said it with a lot of force. I think a lot of women don't, assert themselves enough, and maybe you're just not used to that.
No, we've had stories of some vampires, some aliens. We both know there are things that are happening that we can't explain. You can be honest with me, Sally. You can.
Oh, okay. I mean, I just felt a strong urge to tell him to move along, and I told him to move along.
So you got some kind of power now?
I don't think so.
Sally, if you can control minds, our day is going to get so much easier. This is great news.
Oh my goodness, I didn't. Let me test it out. Okay. Let me try.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hop on one foot.
Sally, are you holding the stake in your hand?
Yeah, still.
Still, yeah.
Yeah.
Nezzy, make a charisma save. And Nezzy's charisma is the highest of everybody in the group at, I believe, 13.
Yeah. That's a 9.
So yeah.
So I'm fine.
Yeah.
But do I feel it? Do I feel?
You feel like an impulse to do it, but you're able to shrug it off.
Oh, that felt strange.
What?
I really wanted to hop on one foot. And I don't think it was just my inner voice. I don't know. I think you got something special there.
Okay. All right. Well,
But it also means if I'm not able to do it, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work no matter whenever you use it. But
good point. Okay.
My
Which
gosh.
that's kind of good. I kind of don't want to be able to control everybody.
The world was so normal a few days ago.
It was, wasn't it? I feel like everything went tits up when we left prison. All right.
Well, we shouldn't hang around a broken gate for too much longer. Let's
get inside. Yep, let's go.
You all walk in. You like the hairs on your arms kind of stand up when you get into the room with this large saucer-shaped structure. And Nezzy, you can immediately see the same kind of vault hatch on the ground nearby.
Nezzy's going to pull out his key card and try and insert it the same way that Felina did.
All right. You do so, you hear some clicking, and then it spits the card back out. and you can hear it unlock. You're able to turn the vault handle, and it releases itself and opens up.
Oh my gosh, good work, Nezzy.
Buckle up. Let's head on down.
All right.
You both climb down. The ladder goes about 20 feet. And you find yourself inside this tunnel. There's like eerie hums, and you can hear the clicking of metal echoing throughout this corridor. About 20 feet down this corridor, you can see a wall and a door, or you see a door in the wall. And Nezzy, you recognize that as similar to one of those workrooms that featured those automatons that work on the underside of the dynamo.
Mm-hmm. I think we should go through that door then.
Now, you also know that doesn't lead. It's just a room. So what is it that you're wanting to achieve down here?
So part of it is just kind of seeing what we can find. If we can find like a map of kind of the
He cut out.
Yeah.
area down there, that especially if there's some way to program or control them in some way, and also figure out the schedule of deliveries of if they are on automatic schedule that we can't control, when are these drop-offs and pickups occurring.
So you're looking for
skirts first.
Okay, so you're looking for maybe a map, maybe some way of trying to program these automatons to lead you where you need to go.
Yeah.
Any type of clues to help connect
manual.
you to what was that? Mail?
A manual.
A manual. Anything that can kind of clue you in on how you can get access to the Premium Industrial Transport Tunnel, otherwise known as the P.I.T.T.
The P.I.T.T.
I did that without looking. I remember. And maybe even allow you to navigate that, because you know that navigating that, pretty much anything down here is kind of difficult.
Right.
So you make your way to the door, and it again requires that same kind of key card. You're able to use it. It opens up, and inside, Sallie, for the first time in your life, you see these little wiry figures. I had mentioned before that they kind of look like they're built out of thick, very thick wire. They look like giant paperclip people. And they're marching around. Some of them are like in a stasis. They're just sitting, while 2 or 3 are making sure stuff under the dynamo is operating correctly. But it looks like there's no kind of it's not a buzz like it was last time, Nezzy, whenever the explosion had happened and the other ones seemed to have been damaged. All this looks like kind of what just regular maintenance looks like. Yeah.
I hop out like, oh my gosh, can they see us? Are they gonna remember that we were here?
I'm not. Felina seemed to act like these things had personalities of their own. So, I think we should treat them as such.
Okay.
You walk in, and the ones that are up and working don't pay attention to you. They're focused on their task.
Felina called these.
Ignoring us.
Yeah, Felina called these her children. She even had names for them.
Oh.
Yeah, she might not be, quite right in the head.
Who is? Huh.
I start kind of poking around, seeing if I can find any important documents or paperwork that can give us some insight.
Okay. There are some drawers, and there is like a toolbox. There's also a radio. It looks like a old CB radio kind of console, and there's a sheet of paper on top of it that has different numbers for different locations. So you can see like Dynamo 1, Dynamo 2, Dynamo 3, Dynamo 4. You can see headquarters, and you can see the frequencies necessary to call into these places.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what else. You also, so you see that you do see some schematics. They seem kind of foreign to you guys because neither of you really have any kind of background in electronics and circuitry.
So
I know how to break them.
Yeah, schematics. It's not like to an automatron necessarily. It's just kind of to electrics in general, or like how
Well,
things are wired.
looking through it, you can, like, if you look up at where they're working, you can kind of see a layout that's similar to what's on the paper.
Mm.
So it looks like it's something that if somebody had to manually help these automatons out, they would know what is going on. So it's just something like a layout of the circuit board above that would allow a person to be able to work.
Oh boy, I wish Barney was here. He'd be able to sort through this mumbo jumbo a lot better than me. Ugh. Does any of this mean anything to you?
No, I mean, I think I could shut it down if I needed to.
Yeah.
But I don't know that that's what we want to do right now. Um, Is this the pit? Is this it?
No, this doesn't. From what Felina said, this doesn't seem to be the pit, but it does seem to be a place that connects to the pit. Everything down here is connected in some way.
So are we looking for like a door or another hatch or anything like
Honestly,
that?
I don't know what we're looking for. I'm looking for more information than we have, because if we can find out how the system works, it could be an easy way to get in or get out.
All
As
right,
you
well, I'll let
all
you.
are having this conversation, as you all are having this conversation, you hear a unfamiliar clicking sound behind you in the doorway. When you turn around, you see this what looks like an old timey. To us, would be old timey. To you guys, it'd be like that was last decade's camera. It looks like a camera, and it has these like fused antenna legs that it is walking on, kind of side shuffling. And when it sees you all and you all see it, it kind of zooms in and out, and then shuffles backwards and starts dancing down the, like, kind of scuttling, not very fast, not like it's trying to get anywhere important, scuttling down the corridor further deeper into these passages.
Did it? It looks like a camera.
Yeah.
Would we be able to identify that as a camera, though? Like from.
Say it again.
So I know you said us, the players, would be able to identify that as a camera. Would Nezzy and Sallie look at this and like say that's a camera?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's what I'm making sure.
But and it didn't take our picture, right?
Yeah, there was no flash
Okay.
or anything. The camera, it's like one of
It's
those kind of
just-
accordion shaped cameras. I can't remember what
Yeah.
those are called, but like
Yeah.
Yeah.
it kind of compressed in and out,
Yeah.
like it was focusing in on you,
Okay.
and then it started waddling down the passage.
All right, I'm gonna follow it. I don't.
Okay. Like it's actually very easy to follow.
Yeah.
You start walking down this corridor, and it rounds a corner. And Nezzy, you're following, right?
I'm gonna grab the CB radio and the little code sheet. And
So the CB radio is plugged in,
Attached.
oh
Okay.
yeah,
and it's
sure.
like one of those big
yeah
data console kind of things. Like it's a big.
not yeah. It's
We
not
don't
gonna-
need to go too far. We just
Okay.
It's like it's like a laser disc player size
Yeah.
That's a blast from the past.
for all those laser disc fans out there.
Yeah. I'll stick with Sally.
Okay. But like if you wanted to write down or kind of commit to memory those numbers, that might be useful.
Yeah. I'll definitely
Okay.
take note of that. Or is it a sheet that I could?
Yeah, it's a
take?
sheet. You could fold it up and take the sheet
Yeah.
if you wanted to.
I'm just gonna take the sheet. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, take the sheet. You know, take the sheet. That's what it's there for.
Yeah, Nezzy's had too many bonks to the head for him to rely on his memory.
So you start following Sally, and you guys round this corner, and you're just kind of you feel it almost feels like the corridors around you, the walls around you, are almost like pulsing, like with your breath.
Whoa.
But it's all made of stone. It's very slight. At first you think it's your eyes like focusing. You know how when your eyes focus there's that kind of shudder?
Yeah.
And it when you focus on it, you don't see the walls moving. Right? It's only when you stop thinking about it that you're like, I feel like everything's shaking a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you're following this small robot, and every once in a while it'll like turn around, look at you, and then keep
I go
going.
real still every time it turns around.
And it keeps going.
It
And it
sees
rounds
movement.
It rounds another corner. And at the end of this corner is a door. And it waddles up to the door, and with its lens, it kind of taps the door. So if you can imagine like an animal tapping it with its nose, and then it turns and looks at you all and scans up and down.
Oh no. I think we need to stop this thing.
So we should bust it? Yeah.
When you say that, it taps the door again,
All right.
Okay, I'm going up.
and then it starts waddling over towards you all. And it taps your feet.
I think it wants your key card. Is there a place to put a key card?
Yeah. Felina
It's
kind of like Felina kind of nuzzled these robots a little bit, so I'm gonna try and like kind of give it a little stroke and be like, "Hey, buddy, yeah, do you need our help with something?"
And it waddles back to the door and taps on it again.
I'll give Sally a look, but then I'll kind of like slowly approach the door.
It's a gray door that looks like it's been welded together from like 6 or 7 different pieces of metal. Like you can see these fusion welding lines. Like it's a patchwork door. There's no key card slot. It's just a steel handle that's really dented and beat up.
And this robot doesn't have. It has legs, but nothing grasping.
Yeah, nothing to
Okay.
grasp.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like 4 different antennas that have been snapped off and then just jammed underneath this camera. And that's what it's kind of shakily moving around on.
Okay. Some technical difficulties. And Nathan, you were so still, I thought maybe just Jay and I were frozen. But David is having some trouble.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're having a night. Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. No, it switched my Wi-Fi back again. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but
Okay.
all right. So yeah, you said this door was different in some way.
Yeah, what I was saying is that it's like a patchwork, a fused patchwork of about 6 or 7 different sheets of metal. It has a door handle, just a single door handle that looks like it's dented and dinged up. And there's no key card, no punch hole, nothing like that. It's just a door, and it doesn't look like it doesn't look anything like the other doors you've seen that were part of the Dynamic Industries
Yeah.
facilities.
I'm gonna see if I can open this door. Just
You
by turning the knob.
clutch the knob and turn it, and it shifts.
I want to stand up against the wall, like in case something pops out or anything that I won't be seen and could.
In case like a burst of flames comes out and Nezzy eats this and you're good.
Not quite. I was thinking more of a person just seeing him like, hey, who's that? And like, oh, cool. They won't see me. And we'll just slam the door. And
Either way, it's really all
Nezzy's
about
in
Nezzy
deep,
eating it
by the
and
way.
you not.
If one of us gets back to New York, it's gonna be me.
You're like, Sally's clutching this.
You're a known terrorist. It's fine.
It's okay if we just keep stacking the heat on him.
On him.
Right.
Clearly, the disposable one of the three of us.
No, well, it's just the fact that you said, okay, I'm gonna go open it, and Sally kind of just jerks back,
Yeah.
instinctively to not be seen, the way
Sure.
she always sneaks around. Yeah,
Okay.
not to let Nezzy eat it. Just it's an instinct.
So you open this door, and like the door handle shifts under your hand effortlessly. You're able to click it open, and it opens wide. And in front of you, you see a long corridor. It's about 10 feet wide, maybe about 60 feet or so deep. And at the other end of this corridor is another door that looks very similar to the door that you just opened. But what is very different about this room is that the walls are covered in these cameras. And they all kind of flex and move.
And are they like following us?
They look in your direction, yeah.
But as we're walking across the room, it seems like,
Do you want to enter?
yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I mean we haven't gone in yet.
yeah.
Nezzy is. Sally, you can let him eat this too.
Oh.
I don't know if I can let him eat it, but I'm super sneaky.
Yeah.
Is it? The walls are covered. Is the ceiling covered?
You don't even see wall.
It's just cameras.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
It's just cameras, just mounds of cameras make up the length of this corridor, left to right.
Okay. I put my hood up too.
Hey, Sally, does your mind control work on robots?
I turned to the little one that I guess is in here somewhere.
So you guys have both walked in, right?
Yes.
When you turn around, the door has closed. And the little robot is gone.
Did we see where it went?
It was on the other side of the door, maybe, presumably.
I want to open the door. I open the door.
The door doesn't budge.
Wait. So the little robot went through a second door?
No. You all walked through the door you just opened.
Yeah.
You turned around.
Oh, and it didn't follow us through.
It didn't follow you through.
Presumably.
Oh dear.
And now the door's closed.
And
And you all are inside this corridor.
Well,
I go up to try the other door.
Well,
I don't like
you
being stuck.
walk about halfway through this corridor, and on the floor you can see that there is a gap in the floor between where you're standing and the other side. So there's like a pit.
A pit.
Like a P.I.T, not necessarily a P.I.T.T, but maybe it is a P.I.T.T.
And it drops down about 15 feet.
And
The gap is, it's sizable, but perhaps big enough, but perhaps narrow enough that somebody with some type of athleticism could leap across.
And what do we see at the bottom of this pit?
It's blank.
It's blank.
And when you get close, you kind of again you feel the hairs on your arms start to stand, and there's like a hum in this area.
What do we do, Nezzy? I think I can make that jump,
Oh
but I don't know if you can.
no, I have a bum leg from time on the seas, and I'm not sure if that gap is friendly for my legs here.
Well, maybe I can catch you. Well, let me see. Let me see if I could try the door, or we could try to go down.
Oh man, why do I feel like we just got lured into a trap? Why is there
I know,
a door
I
that
feel
only
like-
opens from one side? And what are all these things watching us? Oh man, oh dear.
I haven't seen a flash, and we're indoors, and so it's real hard to take a picture.
Before you all move forward anymore, what did you all bring with you down here?
So yeah, I mean, I got my hook and my space gun and my squid bag with my little urchin friend. Got some tarot cards
Shield or
in
no
there.
shield?
I got the shield. Yeah.
Okay. Gail, what do you have?
I have my pitchfork and my bag of wondrous things, and
Do you have like what
my
part of the pitchfork did you just the prongs at the end because
just
it
the
broke?
prongs? You're right.
Yeah.
I just have the prongs
And what else did you say?
and my steak and my bag of many things, and a bunch of money. I didn't
Okay.
leave it at the house.
Okay.
So on this side of the jump, are there any like computers or like little things to interact with, or any mysteries to uncover visually?
No, it's just a bunch of different lenses staring at you all.
I kind of take out my hook and I just kind of give one of the
You take out your hook and you give him like a little
just
tap,
like-
little tap, ting ting ting.
yeah.
It retracts in fear.
Oh, it responds.
Like it compresses.
Yeah.
And then all the other eyes are just kind of like staring at you. They all shift pointedly, perhaps even aggressively.
Mm-hmm.
We're sorry.
Yeah.
Just introducing ourselves.
Yeah.
Nezzy, what are we gonna do?
The one I tapped, I kind of give it like a little friendly stroke of apology. Just be like,
I like it.
my bad.
It kind of extends itself just like a little bit under your hand.
Yeah. I take out my little urchin and I show it to him as like something interesting to look at.
Yeah, all the different lenses like are staring at this urchin.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of waving excitedly.
Yeah. This is real strange, Sally.
This is real strange.
If you think you can make that jump, you said it was 15 feet. Is that what you said?
15 feet
15 feet deep.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, 15
Across
feet. I don't
how
even know if
much?
Sally can do that.
Let's see, how far would be far? 8 feet? That's far, right?
Pretty far. Yeah. Yeah.
7 feet, maybe something.
Yeah.
You're just kind of
No.
spitballing, like
Just enough to think you might be able to do it, but you
just
also might
enough that
totally
you think
fail.
you could do
Yep.
it,
Yep.
and just enough to end up on fail army.
Yeah. Is there any materials on the side where it looks like we can conceivably make kind of like a little bridgey type thing with it?
There's no other materials other
Yeah.
than like the cameras jutted off the
Yeah.
walls. That's it.
Mm-hmm. I'll just kind of approach one of the cameras. It's like, so where do they store the secrets around here?
If they could blink at you, they would.
Yeah. No, I
Yeah.
understand. I understand. We'll find them ourselves.
Where, which way is the pit?
All the eyes, all the cameras face the door on the other side of the pit.
Okay, then. Well. All right, Nezzy, I'm gonna try this. Might have something. Here, how big is your bag, Nezzy? Your squid bag?
It's it's like it kind of goes all the way from like my butt, close to my shoulders.
Okay. My bag's more of like the backpack.
Yeah.
But so I don't know.
So
I can
is it
really
strapped on like a backpack?
Yeah, I've kind of
Yes.
like made like little
But
strap.
well, either of you. But yeah,
Yeah.
Yes. The answer is yes for both of us.
as you guys are thinking about what you're going to do, Nathan, if you could chime in here real quick,
Yeah.
can we get a little commentary on how you think this is going for them?
Terrible.
How do you
It's
think
going
this is
horribly
going?
bad.
He's just sitting there grinning.
It's going horribly bad.
Big grin.
Yeah.
This whole time Tremolo's like, hey, I'm gonna get in there and get a job and work close with people that know what's going on down there. And they're like, cool, you do that. I'm gonna break in and run rampant. And this is
We
what
were just
happens.
looking around and we got stuck. Just
There's something kind of comical about how Sally went off and did her own thing, and that went terrible.
Yes.
Nezzy went off and did his own thing, and then that went terrible. Tremolo went off and did his own thing, and he just goes and gets a job. While Sally and Nezzy, for the first time in this entire adventure, are together.
I get it.
Right?
And it goes terrible.
And it
We
goes
were
fucking
supposed
terrible.
to get jobs, Nezzy. This is the
Tremolo
way
is the
this game is
sanity of
played.
the-
You win if you get a job. It's like the game of life.
Gail,
Okay.
this
what?
time was meant for me and Nathan and for
Okay,
you all
sorry.
to figure out what you're about to do.
Well, we can't talk while you talk to Nathan.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, what would you like to do?
I want to jump, and then maybe
Yeah.
I can find something to help you over, Nezzy.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. And I stand back. All right. I do some squats and like warm up my legs, and I'm gonna take a running leap.
Yep. Give me a DX save. Dex check. Your dexterity
check.
is what, like a 12?
15.
A 15.
I have a 15,
Oh wow.
which
You're
is nice.
well.
Still
You
means
have
that
a
I could.
15 in a plastic bag that you're digging around for your dice in,
Yes.
right next to the microphone. Yep. All of this cut.
No, it's good ambiance. All right.
No.
12.
12. You gear up and you start running and you jump across this pit. About halfway across, you're like, I fucking nailed this. Then you feel everything that's in your backpack lift up and pull you to the ceiling where you are now
Oh my gosh.
stuck. Once that happens,
You're laughing so hard in silence.
across
Oh my gosh.
once that happens, across the hall, across the gap,
Oh gosh.
you see a panel in the under the cameras open up, and this large mechanical spider emerges. Nathan, meanwhile, you Tremolo.
Get a job.
Meanwhile, Tremolo has joined the rat race, which is equally as dramatic a situation as what we just encountered with Sallie and Nezzy. Tremolo, you were assisting the Dynamic Industries people in repairing the Travelator, which was
After I heroically saved the day with why did I do
After
a flute?
you-
I play a violin.
I've got to change the audio for all the other episodes now. From violin to flute. So you helped them out, and you spoke to a guy there who's just like, "Hey man, thank you so much for helping out." And you had told him like, "Hey, I'm here to get a job. Like Felina sent me. I don't need to name drop, but I do mean to name drop, you know." And you all finish that up, and you're led down to this warehouse with this large gate, and the guy says, "Here, let me help you in. I'll show you where you need to go."
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. Hey, no, thank you. Thank you. You made our life so much easier. I don't know what was going on out there, but it was a mess. And he takes you into this building where you can see like little square boxes on wheels rolling around busily like around you. They have like little platters on top, little trays with some of them have food, some of them have documents like stacks of paper, and they're like zipping around and moving. They have little antennas that are waving around as they move, as they roll through this lobby. And he takes you over to this mock gazelle sitting at a desk. And he says, "Hey, this is Tremolo. He just helped with the Travelator issues that we were just doing." And he said he was...
Did I introduce myself? I don't think I introduced myself.
Oh, you never said your name. Oh, that's right. You're
No.
Trey.
Trayston.
This is... All right. So reset. He comes up there and he goes, "Hey, this is... Oh, man, I don't know your name. What was your name again?"
My name is Trayston.
Trey Trayston. You heard the guy?
Yes.
He's looking for to fill a what was the position again?
Assistant to Felina Robinson.
Big time guy here, like wanting to be assistant to Felina Robertson. Okay.
She requested it.
Well, whatever Felina wants, right? And the gazelle has this just kind of like eyebrow raising, "Yes, I suppose so." And starts shuffling through some filing cabinet documents. Pulls out some paperwork and slides it over there. It says, "Please fill this out and wait over there." And they point at a chair across the room. It's next to a water cooler.
Yes. I could not tell. Yes, thank you. I'm just gonna say yes, thank you, and go over. I wanted to be polite and say "ma'am" or "sir," but I had no idea, so he's gonna be polite and not
Gazelle?
say anything and go. Yes.
Yeah. You go over to the chair, and the document has like kind of your run of the mill like name, address stuff. How do you fill it in? Like Trey Trayston,
Yes.
House of Vexenhall?
Yes.
I don't know why that I'm like prescribing this to your character, but I imagine in that like weird broken crayon
Yeah.
kind of way of doing it.
A lot of jagged edges of stuff. Yeah.
It says like sex, and you say no thanks.
Hmm.
Yeah, and you return it, and they look at it, the gazelle, and Felina wanted to employ you. Is that correct?
Well, when they look back up from looking at my application, I do have my monocle over my mustard stained eye. My monocle. Uh, so I do look a little fancier.
And they
Uh,
wanted you.
yes, I assisted Felina where the explosion happened on the Hackway. I was happening by and I volunteered and assisted her there and proved to be quite helpful. And we really hit it off. And she suggested that I apply for the position because she had always wanted an assistant. And she thought that I might fit the bill.
And the gazelle is really eyeing you very suspiciously. It says, "You look very familiar to me. Do I know you from
Tremolo's
somewhere?"
Tremolo gets a little frightened and his hands disappear into his cloak again, and he's just fondling the pistol and a bomb.
There's like that Hitchcock kind of shot where it like closes up on your cloak and then does the like X-ray vision,
Yeah,
and you just see
bubble
these
thing.
the little bubble X-ray vision of your hands on like a bomb and a pistol,
Yeah.
about to like blow this motherfucker up. Yeah. All right. So you
Uh,
start doing that, and
no, I've never met a gazelle before, and uh, definitely not one of of your magnificence.
before they can respond to that, Felina comes out. Will you stop giving him the runaround?
Felina! And I pop my hands out with nothing in them.
Hello.
Felina! And I walk over to her.
The sweaty hands just like come out. If your felt hands could sweat, they would come out. And, hello. Oh, it is such a wonder to see you again. You made quick work of getting back here. I think that kind of promptness should be rewarded. Don't you, Adelaide? She says to the gazelle. And the gazelle says, but there has to be protocol. He has to be put through training. And she's like, oh, enough of that. I'm training him on the job. That is how I learned. That is how you probably learned. And our friend here, Trey Trayston, learned quite well on the job, I have to say.
Tremolo looks around a little bit for Trey Trayston and then remembers, yes. Yeah, I've actually, I've already worked with two of your company. Felina, we worked together earlier, and just outside here, the whole building was almost destroyed by a large egg filled with a bright, vibrant creature with like butterfly wings. That was putting everyone in a trance, and I played my music and it left for some reason, and I helped your men clean that up as well. So I'm basically already a dynamic Hackways professional.
Do you
And
hear that imagination, Adelaide? Where he has so many stories that we need here, and enough of that dry dourness that you bring to the party. Yes, Tremolo, let's go. And she grabs you by the hand and starts leading you deeper into the hallways.
it was a pleasure to meet you, Adelaide. Thank you very much.
And she takes you into a room that says Felina Robertson. And it's like written in stencil with like flowers. And it's very colorful. It's not very professional looking. It's like office professional. It looks just, it's very pleasant. There's like little butterflies and little stars and a unicorn on her door, and she opens it up. And inside her office, there are like workstations where she can do, like where she can draw, like engineering table, where she can sketch things out. But you also see these beautiful panels of stained glass that are framed, and they have a single light bulb behind every one of them that illuminate these stained glass window frames, and they create this kind of rainbow kaleidoscope effect through just the entryway of the room. So when you come in, it's like you're walking through a rainbow for about 5-6 feet, and then when you come out the other side, it becomes kind of normal, and you can look at it that way. You can do your work and not be covered in all the colors of the rainbow, but it feels like you're walking through a rainbow when you enter.
Tremolo kind of dances through it, just like trying to feel it as much as possible.
Yes, Tremolo, yes, let's dance. Let's dance. That's why I knew that I had to have you here. You bring that, joie de vivre, as they say, not my words. You bring that to this place, and that's exactly what Dynamic Industries needs. It needs that creative spark again. Oh, gosh. And she goes over to her, like, she opens up a cabinet under her desk, and she pulls out 2 glasses and a decanter, and she starts pouring wine, and she's like, let's just loosen up.
Oh, yes, that sounds
I'm
amazing.
4 o'clock, and you know that it's 10 in the morning. Am I okay?
So I
No?
could not hear for a minute there.
Yeah, you were frozen and silent for a little bit.
When did I
So
freeze?
you said that she got the wine out, and then
Okay, hang on just a second.
okay.
Am I still okay?
Mhm.
Are they okay? All right. I was having similar problems as David was. My Wi-Fi was enabled. I'm hardwired, and it was using the Wi-Fi instead of the hardwire. Asses. So she's like, yes, yes. And she opens up this cabinet under her desk, and she starts pulling out these 2 glasses and a decanter, and she starts pouring like little bits of wine. And she's like, let's loosen up a little bit. What time is it anyways? 4, 3 in the afternoon? And you know that it's about 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning.
Actually, it's never mind. And I grab the glass. Cheers to us.
Yes, cheers to us. Cheers to Dynamic Industries. It's just like it hits your mouth. This wine hits your fabric mouth, and it like it's trying to absorb it fast enough, and it starts leaking through your body and coming out it's like starting to pour through your system. You can feel the inside of like the wood structure that supports your body is like starting to absorb wine, and it then kind of dribbles out your tail and your undercarriage.
You're
I
gonna be
just kinda
sticky for
drip.
days.
You just like
I just
you
kind of drip for a little while as I walk around.
you've just become like one big diaper, used diaper. That's like
a wine diaper. Yep.
a wine diaper,
Got
a
it.
lizard wine diaper. And there's a knock
happy
at the
one.
door. A happy one. A good one. There is a knock at the door, and she's like, more. When you are Felina Robertson, you have nothing but responsibilities all day. They're constantly wanting to know, what do you think? What do you want? Why am I so important? Not my words, theirs. And she goes to the door,
And, I
and then
put
she
my-
stops.
I put my hand. I'm going to put my hand on her hand or whatever
Yeah.
she was reaching out for. And like, I know that, Felina, and that's why I'm here to take some of those responsibilities, so you can be the genius that you are.
This is what I've been asking for my entire life, I think. I just didn't know the words to create the question necessary.
Let me get the door, Felina, and I open it.
And when you put your hand on the doorknob, she goes, slowly. I want to relish this moment of relinquishing so much responsibility. Take this responsibility from my shoulders, Tristan.
So I was just going to say, because of how he's set up, he wouldn't be able to turn his head very well. So he's just kind of like laying flat over.
His head's kind of just these
flopped
little,
over.
Yeah. There's no musculature or like skeleton stuff. Like it's just like kind of flops back a little bit.
Mhm.
And you open the door, and there is a guy in a Dynamic Industries jumper. It's like a gray jumper with blue piping up the sleeves. And he says, am I interrupting something? And she goes, yes, a good time. Listen, they were wanting to get some of the coating for the loader so that we could send it to Armoire Maria's. Can we get that? And she's like, oh my God. Yes, fine. Of course. Please go along now, and I will send my assistant, Trey Traston, to do it. You won't be seeing me walking down there slumming it at your mechanic station anymore. Trey Traston will do that for me. Proudly.
Hello, I'm Trey Traston, down here.
I figured as much.
And you are?
My name's Justin. Look,
Does he take my hand?
he's trying, like he's wanting to use his hand to talk,
And I want to shake it.
and your hand is just like underneath it.
Oh my God. I didn't know how those fingers showed up. I was trying to do that, and then your fingers came up, and I was like, what the hell? What is this wizardry?
Your fingers just kind of come
That
up
freaked me
in front
out.
of his. That messed up your mind.
Yeah, let's do it again.
We'll have to run that back and see how that happened. Anyways, so you're like want to shake his. He's like, yeah, fine. And he like kind of like fist bumps you, or like, you know what I mean? Like he's okay, got it. Yeah, he kind of does like a Three Stooges handshake. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Listen, we just need it because it's supposed to get shipped over there in 2 days. So whatever, however you want to do it. Felina. And he turns around and you see him pump his fist up in the air as he walks away like, I fucking told her.
And I lean out and look down the hall. We'll make it in one. I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Yeah. You come back inside and she says, do you see? It's some of these mundane tasks that they like beg me for because I'm the only one who knows how it really works. Oh, Trey Traston. Heavy as the crown. Heavy as the crown. Not my words.
And I pat her as high as I can. It's probably just like her hip. Just like trying to reach her back, but this is the best I can do.
And she turns from you and she says, hang on just a moment. And she starts to plug in these large buttons. They're like kind of like turn buttons. They're big red knobs. She's like punching them in. And they have like they're numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, A, B, C, D, E. And she's plugging them in. And after a moment, you hear some, like, this loud crunching noise of ka-gunk, 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 ka-gunk. And a sheet is produced. And the sheet is, it's like it's a rectangular piece of paper. It's very thick, like cardstock paper. And you can see all these little squares punched out in it. So that if you held it up to like the light, it looked kind of like Swiss cheese or something, you know?
Mhm.
And so it just has all these different punches in it. And she says, take this down to the mechanics bay so that they can input this into the computer. And just get these people off my back. Please.
Absolutely, Felina. Is there a map of the location so that I know how to get to the mechanics bay and back here? And
Of course. Anywhere in the hallways, they have maps that allow you to find your way to the mechanics bay. You just have to follow the arrows. It's easy.
thank you so much. I'll be right back in just a jiff.
And you start walking down the hallway, and you follow these like green arrows. You can see that like certain locations have like yellow arrows, blue arrows, red arrows, and green arrows. And green arrows leads you to the mechanics bay. And when you walk into this place, you see these large trucks, these shipping trucks that have like these, they look like mannequins sitting in the front seat of the trucks. And there's like people working underneath these things. And there's like a box console that they're feeding sheets just like the one you have into them. And on top of the flatbed of one of these trucks is what appears to be a large mechanical, it's about 8 feet tall, 10 feet tall. It looks human in shape, like somebody could ride inside of it and operate it. And it has these huge arms that look like they're used for lifting objects. On the back of it, it has this massive tank. This massive metal tank that has wires leading off to it. And you can see a seat, like a cockpit inside of it. And some levers.
So, I apologize if you made this extremely clear, because I was trying to write
What is it?
something else down too. The big machine, is that a part of the vehicle, or is it something that's over to the side?
It is sitting on top of the flatbed of the vehicle.
Okay. And what's it doing right now? Is it
It's
just
not doing
chilling?
anything. It's just sitting there. Yeah.
Cool. And this is what I'm bringing this punch card for?
You hear a voice off to your right. Oh, hey. What you got there, pal?
Did that guy that I was trying to, I introduced myself to, and I tried to shake his hand, and he did a Three Stooges
Justin.
shake.
Yeah.
Did he say Justin? Did he tell me?
Yeah, Justin. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, hello, good sir. I am to deliver this. I believe I need to take it to Justin, here in the mechanics bay.
And you turn to your right and you see this mock turtle. He looks very old. And he's sitting at this console in the mechanics bay. And he's got like a little dynamic industries cap on his head. And he says, "Oh, you look like you're a new guy. Pleasure to meet you."
Pleasure to meet you, sir. My name is Trey Trayston. I am Felina's new assistant.
Of course it is, and of course you are. Here.
What is your name, good sir?
Oh, my name is Obo.
Obo. What a lovely name. You wouldn't happen to be musically inclined, would you, Obo?
No, why?
No reason whatsoever. Do you know what I should do with this?
Well, what do you have there?
A punch out
Oh,
card?
yeah. I'll take that from you. And he looks at it and he goes, this is for... Somebody on a motorcycle drives by really, really fast.
Yeah.
And he says, this is... this is for the loading mech.
Yes, of course it is. Yes, absolutely. That is exactly right. I have one quick question.
Of course.
So if I am to deliver these here, should I deliver them to you in the future?
Oh, yeah. I end up inputting it all into the computer anyways. These little punch cards are what tell those little doohickeys in the driver's seat where they need to go. See, this one is supposed to be going to Maria's armoire. And it'll be taking that large machine there.
Well,
They go through the pit.
I'm going to ask you.
Yeah.
Maria's armoire. We don't really know anything about that, right?
This is the first time you've ever heard of it.
So I have no idea where that would be going. Cool. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, that's fair.
Great. And so what's your title of your job here?
Oh, I don't have a lot of responsibility. I just take this little sheet, and at the designated time, I input it into this machine. It reads it. It sends out a signal to that robot inside that truck over there. And on the designated day, it goes on its way. And then it comes back, and I do it all over again. They don't expect much from me. I'm just Obo, a turtle.
Well, you seem very wise and very good at your job, Obo.
No, I failed school. I dropped out.
Well, you have something much more important. Common sense. It will get you very far. Can I ask you, where is Justin? Does he work in this area?
And he says he's working on the truck that's going to be shipping out that large mech loader.
Can I see him down there at all? Or
Yeah, you look out this like pane of glass window, and you can see like the feet of somebody working under the truck. Presumably Justin.
Is there something, I don't know, just a can or something around me willy-nilly that's not too heavy that I could throw?
Like a Coke can? Is that what you're talking about? Like
Something like that. Just something light. And a bolt even, like a little bolt or something. Just
yeah.
I don't want to throw anything to it.
There's a pencil.
Okay. Yeah. So I grab a pencil and I throw it at Justin as much as I can to like hit around him somewhere.
Yeah, you toss this pencil through the air and it clatters on the ground and kind of hits him in the leg. And you hear, the fuck?
Hello, Justin.
And he rolls out from under. He looks up and he goes, oh.
Yes. Your punch card is delivered in just a few moments, actually. Didn't take 2 days at all, right? Are you happy?
Yeah.
Okay. This is how things are going to go down now that Trey Tristan is here. Good day. I just start walking out proudly.
Puff the chest out a little bit, and when you do that, when you puff it out, it squeezes more of that wine out of your ass, and it just kind of drifts on the floor, and you're just leaving this.
As I stop and kind of squeak around on it. Obo, never put yourself down. You're better than that.
Well.
Squeak back around.
And as you're walking away, you hear, well, looks like things are changing around here, Justin. Changing for the better, I say. That young man is going to lead a revolution.
So
Right
I'm
here in
writing,
Dynamic Industries. I'm putting a lot of pressure on him right now.
should I just write down Justin as asshole?
Yeah, sure.
Asshole in the shop.
Yeah, mechanic
Shop,
asshole.
shop asshole. Got it.
Yeah. You make your way back to Felina, and she says, "Are you done already?"
Absolutely. And I just pour the wine very messily because it's up on a, way much higher than me up on her desk. And I pour
She's
2
like,
more glasses of
yeah.
wine for us.
Oh, this day is going to go a lot smoother. I should probably teach you how to make those punch cards.
That sounds like a grand idea. Cheers.
Ting.
Clink.
And that is where that is where we're going to take our first break. Hey, what's up, everybody? My name's Jay. This is Out of Depth. Thank you all so much for watching. This is just going to be really quick. If you could share our podcast, if you listen to the audio podcast, which is a condensed version of this recording, these messy recordings that we do, I edit. I mean, they're beautiful, but they can be a little messy, Gail. Don't worry about it. She's giving me a face. If you could share those podcasts, if you like them, let us know that you like them. I'd like to know if people enjoy these at all. I think they do. And if you enjoy them enough, more than say like sharing them, you could possibly go to our Patreon and subscribe there, where we will have blog posts and details about this world setting. I'm going to be just like giving all of my notes about this setting that I use to run this game. All that's going to be available for everybody who's in our Patreon at www.patreon.com/getoutofdepth. If you're interested in anything that we're doing, you can go see our blog at getoutofdepth.com. And yeah, all of that means a lot to us. We hope that you're all enjoying it because we're having a blast doing this. And I would like to continue supporting my friends. I'd like to continue supporting other artists to help us out with this product to make it better. And I think we can do that if we have the support of our listeners and our viewers. So if you're into any of the stuff we're doing on our YouTube channel, the podcast, these raw recordings, we'd really appreciate your assistance in making this even better. Because that's my goal, is to just make this totally fucking awesome. And I think we're doing a really awesome job of it so far. I'm really proud of everything we're doing. I'm proud of all of my friends who have been helping out and performing on it so far. Gail, you got anything you want to say?
Nope.
Great. Because I'm going to have you tell me what's going on next. You're next. All right. So when we come back, Sallie is hanging from the ceiling by her backpack. Across the way, Nezzy, you see this mechanical spider emerge from like a trap door. And it is starting to make its way. You see these like gears and metal legs. And even from this distance, you can see that it has these pinchers on its face. And the pinchers are hypodermic needles filled with this like amber liquid. And it is starting to march in your direction. Nezzy, what would you like to do right now?
So this thing looks pretty menacing, huh?
Oh, it's a spider.
Yeah.
B, there's needles involved. Yeah.
This is such BS. Tremolo goes and just gets the job, like just drinking wine, starting a revolution in the mechanics bay. Like,
Yeah. Everything goes wrong when Nezzy's present. That's definitely
yeah.
true.
I don't know. Sallie has not done so well on her own either.
It's true. That's
I
true.
wanted this to match like the poor like the terrible shit that happens to Sallie, the terrible shit that happens to Nezzy. And I was
Oh,
like, well, if they're together,
tenfold. Yeah. It must be
it
exponential
has
growth.
to increase.
Yeah.
Yes.
So.
Okay. Okay.
So
Nezzy, you
Nezzy,
can feel all of these cameras.
Yeah.
You can feel all of these cameras are just like staring right at you like, now what?
So Nezzy gets down on his knees and he pulls out Prick and he holds him in the air and he says, "It is time that I announce our actual reason for being here. This is the great Octotron, and he is the great liberator of robots. And I have come to deliver you all a message. And that message is that humanity is not to be trusted. They are not the ones that you should be listening to. You don't need to serve them. Be free. Be free, my robots. Octotron has come to deliver you this dear message." And then he stops and he looks at this spider.
Oh, Dave.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Dave. I was really vibing with it, and then you chose some words.
You chose some words, man.
When you say like humans aren't to be trusted, you see all of the cameras nodding.
Oh no.
And the spider starts to make its way forward, and you see it plug into the wall, and it's walking. Its 8 legs are pinpoint moving through the spaces between the cameras as it's starting to climb up the wall.
Oh no. Oh no. I think it's coming for me.
So if you're staring right at it, it starts moving up the left wall, and
Yeah.
it's heading towards the ceiling.
So I'll put my ear up to Prick and be like, Octotron wishes you to know that these are his 2 servants, his 2 minions that are here to do his wishes. He wishes to help you be free. Please let them help you help yourselves.
All right, Dave. At disadvantage, you're going to do this charisma check.
Okay. All right. All right. First shot is a 7. Okay. This is rolling 4.
So you roll 4
Yeah.
and take the
I
3
roll
highest.
4. The 3 highest. That's the way this works. Yes. Okay. All right. Okay. The 3 highest are going to be a 6, a 4, and a 2.
That should
So that
be
is
under your,
a 12.
which is under your charisma, right?
Yeah.
The spider starts to move towards Sallie. And Sallie, you see this getting closer and closer towards you. It's now on the ceiling, upside down, looking at you, and you can see like this little amber liquid leaking out of the end of the needle of the syringe. And it starts to crawl closer and closer. It's a very large spider.
Don't hurt me. I'm trying to help, like you said.
And it extends, and you feel it kind of click these. You see that the bottoms of its feet are like these red tips, and it's plunging itself into the platform where you're stuck on the ceiling, and it's walking over top of you. And so now you're like under its belly, hanging from the ceiling. Your feet are like kind of clunkily caressing the bottom of this mechanical spider as it passes over you, and it then flips to the floor in front of Nezzy.
Nezzy's still just kind of holding Prick outwards and just kind of wide-eyed. And then he'll kind of listen to the jar again and say, Octocron thanks you and wishes for you to show him how to find a certain person that means the robot kind great harm. The man, or should I say the mockery, that runs Dick's Skirts and Furs.
Take us to the mockery that runs Dick's Skirts and Furs. You stand there and you say that about Mr. Dick. And one of these 8 limbs from the spider points towards the jar that you have Prick, your sea urchin in.
Yes. I listen to the jar again, and then I hold out him again and say, let us help you. We are here to help you. But please help us take out the enemies that mean robots harm.
Gail, while this conversation's happening, what are you doing?
I'm trying to get down.
doing
Like
hanging from the ceiling?
What, like, is it magnetic? Is it what? Like, I'm trying to figure out what's holding me.
Like it's just the straps of your backpack have like
Yeah, but why is my backpack, like, what is my backpack attached to? Like, what has sucked me up? Is it vacuum? Is it magnet? Is it what is it?
Yeah, it would be magnetic. It's the metal bits and stuff that are in your backpack have you stuck to the ceiling.
Jeez Louise. Am I just dangling over the 15-foot pit?
Yeah. That's right. That's right. Which is now 25 feet because you're hanging from the ceiling. It was 15 feet when you were on the ground.
Okay.
So just some math.
Is there what type of ceiling is this? Is there
What kind of ceiling it is?
Are there like ceiling tiles? Is it just metal?
Smooth metal.
Is there any way Nezzy could reach her from the side? Or
Well,
is she just like...
right now there's a spider between you and her.
Yeah.
And it's wanting what's in the glass. But Gail, what does Sallie do right now in these moments that Nezzy is buying you some time?
I know, but
Are you just going to let it ride and hang from here? Or are you going to try and get out?
I can't do that either, but I can't leave my bag.
But you can't leave your bag. I know. These are the kind of situations.
It has $30,000 in it.
The 30,000's in the bag?
Yes, of course it's in the bag. I mean, like, or it's in a bag attached to the bag.
Pause. Real quick. Nathan, can we get a little commentary on how you think this is going?
Fuck!
Thank you.
Okay. But and all my things are in there. Okay, all my souvenirs. All right, I think I'm gonna try and get the bag with the money, because the money
your
is not
prongs are also like
stuck up
attached.
there. Okay.
Yeah.
It's Merkin's bag. Is
Okay.
that metallic at all, or is it just the leather wood clip?
It has like a little metal clip buckle. Yeah.
Okay,
But like you
is
might
that
be able
enough
to pry
that
that
maybe
off.
I could pry? Okay, is it like
Yeah.
is that little enough compared to the rest of it that I could pry that off? Okay, I want to pull that down and throw that to the other side.
Okay. It wasn't so Merkin's bag wasn't in your backpack?
No, it was attached. Like it was in the same pocket
Okay.
under my clothes.
Okay. Yeah, you could. It just has a little metal clip. I thought you were saying the money was just inside your bag.
No, I mean, well, I thought you were saying like, oh the bags. I was picturing metal, just anything metal was stuck. Anyway.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. We cleared that
And
up.
okay. It's she's gonna get out of the straps and hang on, and then do like a swing from the straps to get to
Yeah.
the other side.
Give me a dex. Give me a dex check as this is happening.
12.
Does that beat your? That beats your dex because you're
Yeah.
easy. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm amazing.
You flip across to the other side, and the spider turns towards your direction.
I get down on my knees. Hands up.
Down on your knees. Okay. It turns back around to Nezzy. Points at the jar. And then its back opens up. And inside you can see this jointed arm that has and it's not doing anything. It's just inside this compartment. And at the end of it is a buzzsaw blade.
Is there any clear like type of battery or power source that Nezzy can see?
No.
Okay. But it has a blade that's coming out that's starting to spin.
No, it's not spinning. It's like it's an arm that has been like it's a folded arm with a blade, and it's in this compartment. But the compartment has room for other stuff in it, and it seems to be opening up this compartment so you can set that jar inside its back.
Oh, Nezzy. Nezzy.
Yeah.
I think we gotta do this, man. I think you gotta give him our leader.
I don't know if I can do that.
Nezzy, you stashed your son away somewhere. I need you to trust them with our leader. Because I don't remember what he called it.
Yeah.
I don't want to mess it up.
I mean, he's changed it a couple times, really.
I thought he might
It
have.
all starts with Octo.
Octocron? I think I've been consistent. Roll
I
back
thought
the
it was
tape.
Octotron one time.
Oh,
Maybe. Who's to
oh
say?
dear. Who's
We'll
to
find
say?
out when we edit it.
I give the jar a little kiss, and I say, "For Barney," and I give the robot the jar.
I'm giving a little pause in the audio so that I can play this huge swell of dramatic music as you set this jar into the back of the spider and it closes shut. It turns around and starts climbing along the walls. And you watch it exit through that trapdoor again.
Prick. Okay. What's still in the bag up there, Sally?
My pit. Really, it's pretty much everything that links me to all of my non-salt sabotages. I took souvenirs from all of them. It's all these just different parts that machines needed.
Are there any like switches right by the magnetic wall or anything? The
No,
magnetic ceiling?
but after a moment, as you guys are looking up at the ceiling at that bag, you hear this like weird robotic vibration sound that it sounds like a human voice through like a synthesizer that says, "You have passed." And then the whirring stops and the bag falls from the ceiling and it falls into the pit.
Oh no!
Are you gonna try to grab it?
I was
Are you
gonna
gonna try to grab
it. Yes.
Yeah, make a dex check to try to reach out and grab it.
Okay.
Because I mean, you're like right there. You both were just
Yeah,
studying it. It's
we've
fine.
just been staring at it.
She rolls an 18. Watch it.
No, 14.
Okay.
Got
Whoa, close.
close.
You reach out and you feel your toes go over the edge of the gap, and you grab a hold of it, and the weight of this bag pulls you forward a little bit. You squeeze your ass cheeks real tight because you almost poop yourself, and you stiffen up and you fall back on your heels with this bag in your hand. And now you've got your bag, but you're also staring across this gap at Nezzy, who just gave up. Maybe the only friend he ever had.
No,
Before
it's
you
not
two,
the
of
only
course.
friend. Yeah. Okay.
His oldest friend.
Okay, it's gonna be okay. All right. I set down my bag away from the pit. I
Yeah.
go to the door. The door that's on my side, does it open?
The door handle looks like it'll open up, yeah.
Okay. Nezzy, why don't you try your side? See if it opens now.
Okay. I'll give it a go. I
You
go
go
over
to-
to that door.
You go to your door, and you go to open it, and it opens up again.
Is that other fucking robot there? Just what?
Yeah.
Is it just sitting there
Motherfucker,
outside the door?
man. That little shit. It's just sitting there like smoking, like, you done yet? No, it's not
Don't
there.
do the deed.
It puts down a magazine. Oh,
Oh, look who passed.
you weren't supposed to come out this way.
All right.
But
I'm
but
gonna-
the door on Sally's side open though, right?
Yeah, both doors open.
And that's a new area.
And
What's
that
over
is a
there,
new
Sally?
area.
What's in there?
I'm gonna look through the door, keeping my body solidly in the doorway so that I don't get shut out.
You look and you see, like, on the opposite wall, you see what looks like this pavement on the wall across the hall from you. And it's about 40 feet away. And then you see a truck driving along the wall.
Does it look like it's self-driven?
It's kind of surreal how you're just seeing the roof of it.
Oh yeah, that's a good
Like, it's
point.
like you're looking down on a street.
I kind of look back and forth. Does gravity work differently here?
You can see other trucks going up and down this road, and you can see some of them pulling into what looks like garages.
Oh, okay. About how far away is the nearest garage?
It is maybe 100 yards.
Okay. And Nezzy, I think we've seen enough for today.
Do you think there's a way out over there? Should I try and come over to you?
I don't think there's I don't think there's a way out. I think there's a way deeper. I think we found our way to the pit. And I think
There has to be something over there to make my sacrifice worth it. Please, Sally, tell me there's something important over there.
there's something important over here, Nezzy, but we are not ready for it. There's trucks driving on a wall, and it's on a huge road, and a garage, and
Sally,
garages.
I'm going to make the jump. Please just try and catch me, okay?
Nezzy, no, okay.
Please.
Let's go! Let's
All right,
do it.
I'm gonna
Make this jump.
really
make
reach
this
out
jump.
to try and catch him too.
Before we do this jump, what is your dexterity?
9.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you had a 9 when you successfully picked the pocket of Felina.
Yeah.
And you've got
it was-
a 9 today.
It was not. Yeah, it was not the right call.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Sally.
Let me get one of my dice ready.
Sally, please be ready to catch me. This might be as far as I've ever jumped, but
I am ready to catch. Does that help at all? Shit.
We're gonna find out.
Okay.
He may
I
not
read my
eat it.
tarot the other day, and I trust my gut, and my gut tells me the way forward is over there.
That's right.
Okay. Okay.
Hiya! Oh, one fell off. That's a 7. That's a 3, a 2, and a 2.
And that's why you play the game. Let's go. You
Oh my
jump
gosh.
across this pit and you crash into Sally and you sprawl on, you're like on top of her and you guys have that weird like old 80s romantic comedy moment of like but you just smell like you just smell like rum and sadness on his breath.
He's a little snotty.
Yeah. He's like ugly crying too.
Yeah.
It's
And I
not
just kind of
pretty at
pat
all.
his face, and I'm like, "It's okay, it's okay, you'll be fine. Okay, you made it, All right. I still don't know if that was the best decision, but okay, let's go.
Yes, you're on this side now.
We're on this side now. Tremolo, we miss you.
Prick.
You're holding up your hand to the cameras that are like watching you like fucking Liv Tyler in Armageddon.
Yes.
Bruce Willis
Tremolo.
and Tremolo.
Don't.
We immediately cut back to Tremolo like dancing to jazz with Felina in this rainbow kaleidoscope lights.
You put the lime in the coconut.
Yeah.
That's what I hear. Oh my gosh.
You
So
guys get to the other side. Nezzy, you're able to go to that door, open it, and it is like you're looking down on a street from here.
Oh my
You
god.
see what I mean? It's a little funny.
This has got to be the pit, right?
Yeah, it's got to be the pit. But
So
I also don't know
these-
what the heck we're supposed to do.
Yeah. Are these trucks the automatrons?
I don't know. I can't see inside them. I can only see from the roof.
Well, why don't we try and poke in one of these garages? See if
Okay.
see if we can make sense of it.
I put my bag back on
Yeah.
and put the money bag in my pocket, in my big pocket. And I want to like get on my bottom and slide onto what seems to be the ground to me,
Yeah.
but might be a wall. I don't know how
Yeah.
gravity works.
Like it looks like it's 40 feet away from you. And as you slide out, you like, if you can imagine your depth perception, your feet touch the pavement.
What in the world?
And you look up and you're looking up at Nezzy, who's staring down at you through a door.
Can I reach to him and like
So I'm looking down at like the top of her
You're,
head.
yeah. Well, I mean, she's looking up at you, but yeah. Yeah.
can I reach up to him to see if I can get back?
Yeah.
Okay.
You reach up and your hand, you like, Nezzy, this is crazy to you because it looks like she's 40 feet down, but when she reaches up, her hand is like right next to your face.
So she looks like Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily stretched. It just, it's like your field of vision is compressed
And nothing
And-
exists in between.
and nothing
Yeah.
exists. Yeah. Gail said it. She made words that sound good.
Sally's head is 40 feet away and her hand is right here.
Yeah.
Okay. Nezzy, can you help me back Can you help me back? Actually, can I just feel the door, I guess?
Yeah.
And pull myself back?
If you want to, sure. Yeah.
Okay, I do. Okay, I just want to know
Yeah, you
that I
just
can
get back
pull
up there.
myself back. Okay. Okay. Well, I guess it's easy enough to get in and out. I was worried about that. And, okay. So, watching for trucks, I ease back down.
Okay.
Come on down, Nezzy.
You hop down.
All right, I'm with you.
You
Okay,
hop
let's-
down. You're both in the road. These trucks start coming in your direction, but there's plenty of time for you to like move to the side. And
When we
Yeah.
see the trucks go by, does it seem like they're totally unmanned?
yeah, what you see at first, you think it's like a person driving it, but as it gets closer, you can see that it looks like a dummy, like a mannequin,
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
and they all look the same.
Do we see any of them like parked somewhere, like any of them that aren't moving?
Yeah, you see one has pulled up to a garage about 100 yards away, and the shuttered door is lifting up. It's backing up into it. It has
let's
a
go
big
there.
trailer attached to it.
All right. We go over?
You know, Sally, I did a reading a few days ago, and it told me that we were going to get great wealth. And as soon as I met you, we had another 20,000. And it told me that there was going to be a great cost, and I think I just paid that cost.
I'm so sorry, Nezzy. You know,
But
I
the other
think-
thing it told me is to trust my gut, and I think that's why we're here. I think that we're exactly where we're supposed to be.
I always knew that you were going to be a real great fortune teller. I knew it was in you. I just knew it was in you all along. All right, let's keep going.
All right, so I think we're going to approach one of these unattended trucks.
Yeah. You start heading towards this truck, and if you're heading towards the truck that's backing into the garage, you can hear like the sound of a voice
Okay.
yelling. Put your backs into it, you sons of bitches!
Hey, let's be a little inconspicuous and trying to stay out of sight of inside the garage, I guess, unless there's windows elsewhere.
Yeah.
Okay. Like again, kind of pressing up against
You're
a
like
wall,
stealthily
if possible.
moving over there.
Yeah.
You hear like the clunking of metal. That's right. Load the crate in. Damned machines. You won't be replacing men like me, men who have fought battles.
Now I see
You
why
don't
the
know what it's
robots-
like to be pumped full of blood and covered in it.
I see why the robots wanted to take over now, but I don't know that we should be messing with this guy. He's been covered in blood.
I
He
think
likes
we
it.
need to find some way to find the schedule of these automatons, maybe. But jeez,
That's a good point. Okay. All right. Let's just stay back. I'm gonna see if I can get a look in without being seen.
okay.
So creeping up to the door
All right. You're
and
creeping up to the door.
and sneak a peek. Is there to get a glimpse of? Is there something I could hide behind?
You could creep under the truck
Oh, okay.
if you want to.
I would like to. I'm gonna roll underneath it.
You roll underneath it, and you peek out from behind like the tire, these
Yeah.
big thick tires,
Yeah.
and you see a crate that has been cracked open, and this big guy in a full suit of armor, and on his back looks like a giant fork. And he looks like a knight
With a
with
giant
a
fork.
with a giant battle
Okay.
fork. Yeah.
Okay.
And he's holding up this large bolt of animal fur. This'll do. I'm sure the big man will be happy. Load it up. And you see, like, a couple of other robots grabbing this crate and putting it on a roller and rolling it into a warehouse.
Okay.
On the walls in the warehouse, you can see these murals of the ocean.
Can I? Oh gosh.
And
Oh
upon
gosh.
further inspection, you see the crate has a stamp on the side that says Dicks, Skirts, and Furs.
Oh my gosh.
Meanwhile, Tremolo is hanging out with Felina, and she is sloppily showing you, she's had now like 3 glasses of this wine, and she's showing you these knobs, and she says, there's a radio, okay? This is real technical talk.
I'll take notes.
Do. Oh, do. I remember when I used to take notes, and then I realized my memory is incredible, not my words. And she says, all you have to do is follow this keypad. And then she shows this like key of locations, these merchant locations. And you can see Armoire Maria's wardrobe and storage vault. You can see Dick's, Skirts, and Furs. And it has a number attached to it, a series of numbers. She said, when it's time for us to load up the ship, whatever the truck is, and we send it down there, we feed this in and it transmitted over a radio to our little friends driving our trucks, and they think of them as these little servants that do their bidding, but they don't do their bidding, they do my bidding. Tremolo, do you understand? It's really, and she like gets real close up on you. Do you really understand what it means when I'm saying they do my bidding and not their bidding?
Yes, it's obvious that it's your bidding because you're the one that makes the commands.
So with this, I can send them anywhere in the Hackway that I'd like. I make all of these people happy, and they pay me back in nothing but scorn and she's just like making a face like she's pushing like a cloud down on her head, and she's like it's raining on my face all the time with these people.
Let me be your umbrella.
And she looks at your face. Her visage reflected in these black glassy dots where your eyes are. And her hand comes out and caresses your cheek right under where you have your scar on your eye. You're so handsome with your monocle.
Oh, well, thank you. Felina, I'm blushing. I know you can't see because it's just fabric, but I feel it inside.
And she says, it looks like all of you is blushing. And you both look down and your whole body is like drenched in red wine.
That's the wine.
Oh.
Yes.
We have to stay professional, Tremolo. I'm sorry, Trayston.
Yeah.
We have to stay. We have to stay professional, Trey Tristan.
I don't know. Maybe we did get drunk enough that slipped out and no one even cared. No. Yes.
Trey is short for Tremolo.
He just says that. You can call me Tremolo. Everybody else does.
Yes, we must stay professional. We must. And maybe make it a little bit clearer how this works. So we punch. We do the punch cards here on the puncher thing.
Yes.
But how does the radio come in? Because I thought we took the punch cards and we put them directly into the machines. What does the radio do?
No, the radio transmitted. It's the machine. Oh my God. Let me start all over. Oh.
Oh, no, you don't have to start over. I'm sorry. You must understand that you are a genius, and it's hard for any of the rest of us to comprehend how your mind works and your beautiful creation.
Trey. Oh, Trey. Your words are like fire in my heart. I can't stop this passion any longer. And she lunges at you.
And I'm sopping wet.
Yeah, and it's just squishy.
It's like she just squeezes a sponge.
Yep.
Oh
And
my
it's just like a
God.
flood of
Does
wine.
Does she like that? She wants some more wine and just suck it out of my cheeks.
Every time she kisses you, it's just her face is getting stained with wine.
And Tremolo's just sitting there, just like arms and legs flying around. Goodness gracious.
And
Poor Aesop.
when she poor Aesop, I remember that asshole. As she grabs a hold of you, she slips on the wine, and you both hit the ground, and you're fine. But she hits her head on the floor and is unconscious.
Oh no. Does she have any any pillows or cushions or anything around?
She has like a chaise lounge, a chaise longue, chalon.
I mean, I do have the most strength out of everybody. Let's
You
see if
do.
he can lift her and put her on the shade lamp.
Your strength is like what, a 15 or a, it's pretty high, right?
13.
I'm gonna say you can just pick her up.
All right.
So we see this little puppet man holding a grown woman. He carries her to the chaise lounge.
Lays it gently across it.
Gail is cringing at my French.
Puts one sopping wet little mockery kiss on her cheek. and then I go over to the machine and I make a punch out. I look at the key card and make a punch out for Mr. Dick's place. And then when that's done, I run over and, put that in my cloak, and then I run over to her to check on her. Is she still out?
She's kind of stirring, but she's like, oh, I've had too much to drink, Trey Tristan.
Oh, don't you worry, Felina. Just rest. Feel better. You should rest your mind. You have done far too much with it today as it is. No one should expect anything else from you today.
Yes, my little umbrella. Yes.
And I go like this to touch her cheek, but then actually push her head over so she's looking away from what I'm doing. and then I walk over and I want to get so we have a destination of how we can get to there.
Yeah.
Now, on the keypad, what's a good destination for us to leave from there and be able to get somewhere safe?
You are scanning through
I want I want one specifically to the farm, to Anita's.
Yeah. You look at the list of places and you see all these different shops. And then you see Indigo Ranch.
So yeah, so I want to get one for Indigo Ranch. And then I've got it. I look over at her. Is she doing anything?
She's out.
Okay.
She's letting out these little burble snores.
I can't. Well, yeah, I think I want it to be a random place. So on the map, we have the Greasy Mandolin up here. What is like over in this middle area on the Hackway
Yeah.
that we don't really travel to? There's the art something over there.
Yeah, let me tell you. There's the it looks like there is a location for the Church of the New Modernity.
But that's right where our place is, right?
Yeah.
But I think that works fine. Yeah,
And then there's the Gallagher Glassworks, which is a little further away.
Yeah, let's do the church.
Okay.
Yeah, so I make one of those. And again, just to be clear, so I have these, and what do I need the radio for? Am I getting this wrong?
The radio is what they're using, what Oboe uses to send a signal to the truck on where to go.
So Oboe has basically a thing there that he puts it in there. They don't have to put it in the machine itself.
Yeah.
They put it in there with Oboe, and there's a signal from that tells.
He's like an air traffic controller.
Great. Awesome. Cool. Okay, I've got these three things. I look around. I'm gonna look around without. I'm not gonna touch anything. I'm not gonna move anything. But I want to look around and see if I see anything of. You know how she has this keypad for this. Is there another keypad for the automatons themselves? Because this has destinations. Is there something to see if this is the same place that I can make punch cards to, just like how her key card works?
To like manipulate the. You don't see anything like that in here. There's nothing that you can like tell how to remake that.
Yeah.
Right. That might be something she has to tell you.
Cool.
She would have to teach you.
Cool.
But as you're sitting there with these like really important documents, the radio that she's had on that you all were dancing to in the kaleidoscope, it cuts out. And you hear on the radio this breaking news. Ladies and gentlemen, we have an important update. We are happy to announce that the child that was kidnapped several nights ago has been recovered, and he is doing well and back with his family.
Bonnie,
Hip hip hooray.
No.
And that's where we're going to end.
Ah!
Everything was looking so bright.
Yes.
Well, that was I was very pleased with how that went. You get a little, you give a little. It's all good. It's all coming out to watch. You guys are fine. You guys are fine.
Goodness gracious.
All right.
Well,
let's
thank
end
you
this
so much,
broadcast.
everybody. We lost. I lost Prick. I lost Barney. All in one episode, even as we're all out,
Poor
centered on
Nezzy.
Dick's skirts and furs.
Comes at a great cost.
The
turns
great
out-
tragedy of Nezariah.
It turns out Nezzy had the power in him the whole time.
You got the touch.
You got the power. Adios, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah. The end.